Welcome to the today's topic. Welcome to the course Data Warehousing and Data Mining. Now we are going to cover the association rule mining. Myself Priyanka Gupta. I am working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering Data Science at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. So I'll cover the topic today, association rule. What are different rules for association? And before that, we have covered the frequent item set generation. So we required the frequent item set generation before the association rules generation. So we will see what are the different rules for that, how we are going to create one line association rule, what are the different definitions in there, what are the different terminology with that, before going to the generation of the association rules. Next part is how we are going to generate the association rules. So what are the process to generate, what are the different steps to generate, we will go into that. Then after we will take one example for that, and from that example, from so many transactions, we will see how to create association rule for that. So let's start. Association rules. What does it means? So before that, mining frequent items was the basic task. It is the basic task before going into the association rules generation. So in the earlier class, we have completed how to generate frequent item set from the one transaction or from the database. So before going to purchase some of the items into a general store, into a supermarket, we have to purchase some of the item, but for that item some of the rules are there. From the point of the seller, they are keeping those of the items together. We are going to purchase together. So for that, the seller, we can say researchers, he is going to research about the how many customers are going to purchase some of the items that is going frequently with one purchase. For one purchase, how many items they are frequently going to purchase. So we have seen how to generate those of the frequent item sets, right? So now we are going into the association rules generation. So we have completed the mining frequent item set. So that is the basic part of the association rule generation. So once the frequent groups of items is going to be found in any of the transaction by the customer, it is also possible we have to generate some of the association rules. What are the items is associated with one other item? So as a data mining analyst, as a data warehouse manager, we have to create those of the rules which of the items are going to depend on each other. So that type of items, we are calling that as a frequent item set, right? So this why we are going to generate these of the association rules, because the goal of these association rules generation is to create some of the relations between the two or more items, to see what are the different relations between the two items of one more than one item, if for the one data set, for the one larger data set. So that is the aim for that association rule generation. So association rule generation is a common task for the mining of frequent patterns, mining of frequent item sets. So here in this figure, we can see here, here 5 cards are there, 5 shopping carts are there, right? In those of the cards, 3 of the transactions are there, 3 of the items are there. A, B, C in the first card, A, C, D in the second card, B, C, D in the third card, A, D, E in the fourth card, and B, C in the fifth card. So based on these of the different items, we are going to generate the rules. So before that, the important terminology is there. We have completed that as a support and confidence. So we have to find out the support and confidence for the different items which are the related to each other, right? So here the rule has been generated for these are the we can say 5 items A, B, C, D, E. So there are 5 customers who have purchased these of the items, and we have find out in this table the support for that item, the confidence for that item, and the lift for that item. So these are 3 measures are there to see about the relations between the 2 or more of the items which are in the frequent item set. So here if we will see if A of the item set that depends on B, that depends on D, sorry, that depends on D. So what will be the support for that? The support will be for that 2 by 5. So how we are going to calculate that? That is nothing but the A union of C, A union of D. So what are the different items is occurring in A and D together? So that will be divided by what are the items is in A cart. So 5 total items in the total of the number of items are 5. A, B, C and D. A, B, C, D, E. So these are the 5 item number of items. And how many transactions are there that are union? That are union items are there? 2 of the items. A to D. A to D. So A to D, 2 of the times that is occurred in second and fourth of the card. So that will be the support will be the 2 by 5. That is nothing but the 60% of the these of the percentage, right? Like that we have to check about the confidence. So what is the formula of confidence? Confidence is nothing but the A union B divided by total number of items. So here we have find the total number of A union B is nothing but the 2, and the A that is occurring in the first card, that is A, that is count is the 3. A is occurring 3 of the times, that we will take that A, right? So like that we have find the support and confidence for that. Like that we will find the lift from the formula. So like this, C depends on A, so we will find the support and confidence and lift for that. Like this, A depends on C, we will take 2 by 5, 2 by 3 and 5 by 6 respectively. If B and C, here the difference is that here we are taking 2 of the items set together. If B and C is occurring together, that is depending on C, D. So the support will be for that 1 by 5. The confidence will be for that 1 by 3. And the lift will be for that is 5 by 9. So we have seen that of the formula and calculation in our previous lessons. Hope we will understood about how we are getting the support, confidence and lift from that formula. So that was the quick introduction about how we are going to calculate these of the 3 measures: support, confidence and lift, right? So now we will go into the history of the association rule. So basically the association rules discovery has been proposed by the Agrawal et al. 3-4 people were there, their team were there. So they have find that formula in 1993 as a method for discovering interesting association among variables, among different item set in larger data sets. So this rule has been that is showing, the rule is showing how the frequent item set that is occurring in one of the transaction. So one of the purchase we can say, if the customer is going to purchase something in one visit, so that will be the one transaction for him as her. So this rule is showing how frequent item set is going to generate in the one transaction. So we will take the supermarket example. In a supermarket basket application, the association express the relation between the items who are going to bought together. who are going to purchase together. So like this, we have to make some of the written set of rules. So for example, interestingly, if we find out that in the 70% of the cases, when people buy the bread, if he is going to purchase the milk, so that is the survey, that is the research based finding. If one customer is going to buy the milk, he is definitely going to buy the bread for that one transaction. So that will be the frequent item set. When the customer is going to buy the milk, definitely he is going to buy the bread together. By that is the percentage is that the 70% of the chances is there, he is going to buy the bread that in that transaction. So association rule that is going to tell to us, that is the if there is a presence of some of the items in one transaction, in one single transaction, in one single purchase, so that is going to imply the presence of other items also. So in that same transaction, with the if there is some probability, the other item is also going to be purchased by that single customer, so that will be the confidence for that. So that will be the confidence will be that he is surely going to purchase the other item with that together that item. So that is frequent item set. So the second parameter, that is support. From the association rules, so which is defined as the percentage of the transactions, so in which the item is going to co-occur. If one item is going to be purchased by the customer, the second item is going to be purchased surely for that. So there will be the percentage of that. So the customer is going to purchase that other item together with that frequent item set. So here is the rule. If let I is the set of I1 to In. So if there will be the set of items and the D will be the set of transactions. So here the D is the set of transactions. So in where the each of transactions in T is the transaction set. So in T transaction set, there will be the set of items I1 to In. There will be the D number of transactions, and in the each of the transactions. So there will be there is a rule. There will be the set of items, and that is the subset of that I items. So that will be the subset of that item that is occurring in that set. That is nothing but I1 to In. So the association rule is the one implication that is X depends on Y. So it is the idea the X is depends on Y, where the X is a superset of I and Y is superset of I. So where the I and Y, X and Y is not equal to null, there will be some of the items. There will be the some number of items will be there. So that is a rule written over there. So what is the definition of association rule? So certain written rules are there. There will be the degree of uncertainty of one transaction rule, one association rules, that is expressed by two of the values. That was nothing but the first is support, the second is the confidence. So that we have introduced in the earlier lessons, but here we will see the definition of that. So the confidence C is nothing but that is defined by the percentage of items, that percentage of transactions that contains Y given by X. Y given by X. So for example, we will understand this line by this example. If there is an item set, there are some item set that is having the mustard, Vienna sausages and buns. So these three items are there, that occurs in 25% of all of the transactions. So that will be the 1 by 4. 25% means 1 by 4. So there will be the possibility the support is 1 by 4. That is nothing but the 0.25 of that percentage. So the support is the percentage of transactions that is having the both of the X and Y elements, X and Y set of items in one transaction. So the support is nothing but the percentage of both of the items occurring together. So for example, we will take example for that. If we will take the supermarket example, if there are 1 lakh transactions is there, out of 5,000 transactions include both X and Y, both X and Y item sets, and 1,000 transactions that is having the item set Z. So here X and Y that is occurring for 5,000 times, and the Z item that is occurring for 1,000 times. So if the association rule will be generated for that, so association rule will be for that, if X and Y are purchased, then Z is purchased in the same basket. So that will be the rule for that, written rule for that. The if X and Y are purchased, then X is purchased in the same basket. So that is going to be purchased together. If the X and Y will be purchased by the one customer. So that is having the support of 1,000 transactions, that is 2% of the total transaction, that is 1 lakh. So the support will be for that is 2% for that. So that is how we have calculated that 1,000 that is occurring in both of the items X and Y, that is nothing but the 1,000 times, and the total number of transactions are there 1 lakh transactions. So we have got the 0.2%, like 2% from that support, and the confidence we will calculate for that is 20%. That is nothing but the items that is purchased together as 1,000, and 5,000 is the second item that is purchased as a single item set. So the confidence we will get as a 20% from this of the example. So for the given support and confidence, there are certain other algorithms. So there are algorithms because that is only the association rules generation, but we are going to assign some of the algorithm on that, the data mining algorithm for that, those to determine all of the possible association rules for that. So how many association rules will be generated from that other transactions, that will be generated based on the certain algorithms. So there are some algorithm like APRIORI, XCLAT, and different other algorithms for that. So an association rules is an implication expression of the form X depends on Y, where X and Y are the disjoint item sets. So that is the mathematical definition for that association rules generation. We will see the one more example for that. One more concrete example is consumer behavior. How to understand about consumer behavior? We have seen for the one example that if a customer is going to buy milk, he is surely going to buy bread. He is going to buy bread, he is going to buy butter, he is going to buy jam. But if there is a possibility of some of the sentence, we will see in one line there is no possibility the one person is going to purchase that item. That will depends on that, there is some relation on that. So we will see if the person here, the diapers depends on beer. Diapers depends on beer. What it means? So the diaper, the term depends on the person who is going to buy a diaper. He is having a baby. He is having a baby at home. But how it is depending? What is the relation between he is going to purchase beer? So we will see. So that is from that implication, the person who buy diapers, he is also going to buy beer for him. So why? It is more likely he is going to buy the beer. So that is how we can correlate that. The person who is having a baby, he cannot go to the bar, he cannot go to outside, but either he can purchase beer and he can drink at the home. So there will be some relationship between how the person is going to buy a diaper, he is going to purchase most likely beer for him. So to evaluate these of the interest of an association rules, the different matrices are there that has been developed. So we have seen two of the matrices. In example, we have seen three of the matrices: confidence, support, and lift. So here most of the times we are using the support and confidence for that. So the association rule mining task can be defined as follows. Like if I is equal to I1 to IN, these are the set of items that be a set of n binary attributes called items. So that is nothing but the items. So if there is D is equal to T1 to Tm, that is a set of transactions. So that is nothing but that is called as a data set. So that is nothing but that is calling we are calling as a data set. Now, so each transaction in D. So we have seen what is data set. So that is nothing but D. So each transaction and D data set has a unique transaction identifier, and that containing a subset of an item, that is called as I. That is nothing but that is called, we are calling as item set. So there will have a certain items, that is nothing but the item sets. So there will be possibility of one item set, two item set, three item set. If there is a frequently purchasing items are there, we are going to calculate the one item set. So one of the item will be occurring in that one transaction. In two item set transaction, there is a possibility two of the items that is going to be purchased together in one single transaction. So like that will be called as a item set, a K item set. So the rule is there. A rule will be defined as, that is the implication X depends Y. Okay. So where X and Y is a subset and equal to I, that I will also be there in the X and Y. So and X here the X intersection of Y will be the null. There will be nothing will be there in the item set. So here in one of the example we will see cheese and milk, that is two item set. What we have seen here as a item set, there if there is a possibility, there will be the subset of the sum of the items, that will be the item set. So that is nothing but the two item set is there in this example. Cheese and milk, that depends on bread. So the cheese and milk will be the person is going to buy, surely he is going to buy bread, right, for one transaction. So for that we will calculate the support. The support we will get for that 5%. The confidence we will get for that 80%, right? So we can write the association rule for that, the certain words for that. What is that? The 80% of customers who buy cheese and milk also buy bread, and 5% of customers buy all these products together. So that is the association rules for this single line. That is having the cheese, milk, the two items set together, that depends on bread. So that will be the association rule generation for that single line. That X depends, X, Y depends, Z. So the item set X and Y, that will be called as a antecedent for that, and the consequent will be for that the rule, that respectively. So Z will be the consequent for that. Here the bread will be the consequent for that line, that association rule generation. So here the antecedent and consequent are set of items that are disjoint. So there is a condition, that is a mathematical condition, that items should be disjoint from each other. The association rules are usually that is going to be searched by to satisfy the user specified minimum support as well as the minimum confidence threshold. So that is at one time the user and customer, we can see researcher, we can see sometimes data mining analyst, once upon we can say data warehousing manager. He or she have to set some of the minimum confidence, he have to set some of the minimum support for that single transaction. So there will be the possibility we have to search for the that is going to satisfy the user specified minimum threshold, that is for support and that is for confidence as well as. So the association rules generation is going to usually split into the two of the parts. These are the two steps are there, we will see one by one. So here the minimum support is applied to find all of the frequent item sets in a data set. So firstly, we have to find out the minimum support for frequent transactions, frequent items and transactions. So apart from that, each of the frequent item set and the minimum confidence constraint are used to compose the rule. So secondly, we have to find out the confidence for that support. So we will calculate that support confidence, and then we are going to write some of the association rule consequences. Now, the finding all of the frequent item set, to find that all of the frequent item set in a data set, that is a complex procedure, that is a complex work task, that since it involves the analyzing all the possible item set. If we are having the larger item set for one superstore, so we have to, as a data analyst, as a data mining analyst, data warehouse analyst, we have to search for all the possible that association rules generation. So what are the frequent item set? We have to find out. So all the possible item set is the power set over I. I is the set of items, and that is having the size of 2 and minus 1. That is having the mathematical terminology size 2 and minus 1. That is excluding the empty set which is not valid for that. That is not a valid item set. So we have to exclude the empty set for that. That is not, these of the possible item set will not apply there. So although the size of the power set, that is going to grow day by day exponentially, but in the number of items and in I. So however the number of items is growing, the possibility will also grow when we are going to do this for the large data sets. So the efficient search is possible using the downward closure possibility, that is the property of support. So that is also having the anti-monotonicity, that is the one condition which guarantee that for a frequent item set, all of its subset, how many subsets are there for that frequent item set, that will also be frequent. That will also be frequent. So that is a one condition. Therefore, for an infrequent item set, if there is a infrequent item set, all its superset must also be infrequent. So that is the vice versa. If the frequent item sets are there, the subset will also be the frequent item sets. And if the infrequent item sets are there, their supersets also will be the infrequent in nature. So how we are going to generate the association rules? So the efficient algorithm for that I have said, the a priori, that is invented by Agrawal and Srikanth in 1994, and ECLIT is the other algorithm that has been implemented by Jackie in the 2000 year. So that can having the all possible frequent item set. To apply these of the two, here the only two examples of algorithm. If we will apply these of the algorithm, we will get the maximum possible frequent item set from that transaction. So given the minimum threshold confidence, we have to generate association rules by going through all the possible combination of frequent item set. So, and we have to also prune, we have to remove all the rules according to the confidence criteria. So one by one we have to create the rule, and on the other hand we have to also remove some of the rules which is not in or used. So we have to follow the simple rules for strong association rule generation. So first step is we have to generate all non-empty subset for each frequent item set. That will be the first step. We have to generate all of the non-empty subset for item sets. So for each of the non-empty subset S of item set I, output of the rule will be the S depends on I minus S. So that is the total number of items that will be subtracted from the subset S. Like so, then if support count that is I is divided by support count of S, that should be greater than equal to the minimum confidence. So minimum confidence we have to set as a user. So we have to set if certain possibility is there, we have to set like minimum confidence as 50%, suppose. So that is the threshold for the rule to make a strong association rule for that. So for example, if we are having that 5 transactions in this table, that table is having the TID, transaction ID, and that is also having the column items bought. So the in the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 transactions are there, and there is some items purchased together ABC, AC, AD and BEF. So given that the minimum threshold value for support that we have got as the count is that for support is 3. 3 count is there, so there will be the 50% support threshold for that table. The minimum confidence will be for that. That will also will be 50% for that rule. So the rule is if the A depends C, if A is going to buy, that is C is also going to buy together. So the support will be that the support of A union B, A union C, that will be the 50%. The confidence will be that for support A union B, that will be divided by support of A, that is we have got as 66.6. So we will take it as a 50% of the value. So that is a threshold value we will set for that. So the minimum threshold for support and confidence we will get for 50% for each of the support and confidence. So generated the item sets, frequent item sets for these examples that we will get from that. The frequent pattern is A. First we will get A, that is frequently purchased, single alone, B, C and combination of A and C. So the support we have calculated for that. For A that is 70%, B that is for 50%, C is for 50% and AC together that is bought as a 50% as a support. So that is nothing but the support count of these of the one items that has been purchased single-handedly or one transaction or together. So we have to generate that all of the non-empty subset for each of the frequent item set. For item set A, B, C, for item set, if we will take the item set A, B and C, the all non-empty subsets are, that will be for AB, that will be the combination AB, BC, AC, A, B and C. That is, that we have got the non-empty subset from that item set. So for each every non-empty subset S of item sets I, the output of the rule will be for that S depends on I minus S. So rules there will be, we will found out that A, B together that is occurring, that is depends on C, BC depends on A, AC that depends on C, A depends on BC, B depends on AC and C depends on A and B together. So if support count I that is divided by support count S, that is the subset. So that will be the greater than and equal to minimum confidence threshold. So the rule will be the strong rule for that. If the condition is there, the support will be more than that subset. So the confidence, the association rule will be the strong for that. So here we have find out some of the association rules for these of the few transactions. So first we have got the A B that depends on C. The confidence is 100% as it is a strong association rules. BC that depends on A, confidence is 100%, it is a strong association rule. So more than 60%, if there will be the possibility, the confidence is there, so that rule will be the strong rule for that association rule mining. So AC that depends on C, the confidence is 80%. So yes, surely it is a strong association rule. Here we have also got A depends on BC, the confidence we have got as 3 by 5, the frequency is there 3 upon 5 divided by into 100. So that is we have to got percentage 60%. That is nothing but that is not a association rule, strong association rule for that rule generation. B depends on AC, confidence is 100%. So yes, that is a strong rule for that association rule generation. C depends on AB, the confidence we have got 3 by 4 into 100, that is equal to 80%. Yes, it is a strong association rule for that association rule generation. So these are from this example we can understand how we are going to write the association rule for that 4 of the transactions, how the frequent item sets will be generated, how that is going to be we are going to generate some of the frequent item set, and then we are going to make some of the association rule, and from that from the minimum thresholds support and confidence, we are going to get the strong association rules while we are going to write the association rules for that transactions from the data set. So that was all about the association rules, how we are going to generate association rule, what was the history of association rules before the association rule, what are the different important definitions are there, what are the different formulas there, we have to know how we are going to take the minimum thresholds, that is the support measure, that is the confidence measure, that is the lift measure, but here we are taking the support and confidence. So after that, if we know how to generate the frequent item set, how we are going to write the some of the association rules for that. So what are the valid association rules? Here we have seen if the support, the confidence is that is more than 50%, but yes, that is 60% only. So that is nothing, that is the not strong association rules. So more than that will be the if there will be the possibility there is a more confidence, that will be the more strong association rules. We can also take that rule, but that will not the relationship that will not we cannot rely on that. We cannot make a strong relationship between the both of the items. If A is going to be purchased, B and C will also be going to purchase. So like that, we have seen the weak association rules and strong association rules, how we are going to write that. So that was all about the today's lesson. Thank you for watching.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.